New York, man. Tuning in to Savage Productions.
Let's go. What up? Your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros. You tuning in to Sev Lokes Hotels 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to this politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the interactions. Mile high salute to the riders. Before I start this video, let me make this clear. I am no way means promoting gang life, gang culture. I'm just telling a testimony, giving some life experiences, shining some light on the Denver Metro. So with that being said, let's get to this video. And in this video, I want to talk about when I first fell. I almost got myself in a huge wreck. And it was because when I first fell, I was a youngster. You know what I'm saying? I caught my case when I was 18. And I got to the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, 20 years old. And I hit the compound. Well, when I hit the compound, I was still brand new, you know what I'm saying? I had the wet number, and I had to learn. And being young, I was trying to, impress individuals. So I kind of put myself out there running amok. You could honestly say probably I was I was smart, but at the same time I was active. So I ran myself into a couple learning, situations. People would say crash dummy aspect, because I was just that individual that was hyper, that always wanted to be and stuff. So I got to the penitentiary, and automatically, because I didn't have no money, I thought it was a good aspect to get a hustle. So we were doing a token store in there, and pretty much you could buy pops and stuff, and token was a way, if you didn't really get too much money in there, it was a way to get your pockets up. It was a way to get your financial aspect up. And we started running a token store, and in the meantime of that aspect too, there was actually football parlays, the 16 picks, the squares, and one of the homies pretty much that was in the unit, he wasn't from the card, but he was he was a good homie that was on the yard. He asked me to be a middleman and deliver tokens to the other side of the facility, and I used to go to GED. So I thought it was a good idea to put myself out there and do that, not really knowing that pretty much, man, whatever you do, you take on the consequences, your actions when you're doing stuff like that. Nobody really ran it down to me, and you know what I'm saying, I had to learn the hard way. So pretty much there was like 100 tokens that needed to go to the east side of the facility, and automatically I offered, I was like, let me do it, and let me get some tokens out of this, because you get broke off. So I get the tokens, and I'm going to GED, and I got a gang of tokens on me, like, 100 tokens, and this is pretty much going to different people on the other side of the facility. So it's not just us that, what I'm saying, that are getting the bread. It's all kinds of people that these are people's tokens. So when I'm going to do it, I'm going to GD, and I got these tokens on me, and instead of me just going straight to where I'm supposed to go, I see one of the homies on control movement, and I start talking to this fool by the GD classes, and we're talking, and I already had issues with one of these guards up there, church, and pretty much he sees me, and me talking for just that little bit of time, he comes and pats me down and finds the tokens. They roll me up, send me back to the unit, take all the tokens. This is people's money. I get back to the unit, I gotta tell the fool that I was closest with in the car about what happened. Now, he was doing life sentence. The homie Ray was doing a life sentence. And he had a pretty good name up there, and he was getting it in. Like, a lot of fools were scared of this dude, and he was so mad at me, bro. But he had a heart for me because he knew I was a good kid, and he always would tell me, I'm never going home, but go home. So pretty much I tell him, and his face just gets super mad, and he's like, I'm gonna talk to you here in a minute. I have to go talk to somebody. So he goes talks to the fool that gave me the tokens. He gets it ironed out to pretty much paying all them tokens back. And he said that they were gonna, you know what I'm saying, violate me, and it would have been, the debt would have been, you know what I'm saying, closed off. So the homies pretty much that was around, they gathered up money and they paid them tokens back. And the next week I had to go out there and I had to do almost like 700 burpees, bro. I was throwing up. The homie made me drink water, run all kinds of laps. It was messed up, but the domino effect came from me trying to just, you know, prove myself on the yard and be a middleman. And pretty much, bro, if I didn't have good, solid people around me, I probably would have got touched behind that, because that was a lot of people's money. But yeah, it was a learning process, man. Don't get into all kinds of things, and mind your own business, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? But the violation aspect of house, because that's how violations took place with some of the homies. It was not always hands-on. Yeah, that was a definite thing, hands-on, get beat up. But there was different violations, and that health aspect, doing all them burpees, running all them laps, it taught me, bro, like, you know, you got to watch what you do. Mile high salute to the riders. You know what it is.